Yeah, what's up, YouTube? This is Expat D. I want to talk to you guys today about traveling. I'm currently in Nairobi, Kenya, and pretty much this whole summer is kind of the ongoing theme of, is it really safe to travel there? I started in Phuket, Thailand, and being in Thailand, some people were scared because of the conflict with Cambodia. Okay, but when you actually get there, it was cool. Okay, unless you were on the borders. If you're in your Bangkok or your Phuket, Koh Samui, places like that, it was fine. Same thing with Kenya. Kenya had some protest going on. I think earlier in late June, and so if you, my whole thing is, if I give a tip of advice, is check in with someone local to see what's really going on. Because I'm here now and it's safe. I'm walking around, it's kind of business as usual. So a lot of times what will happen is the news might exaggerate something and it will get you scared to travel somewhere. And and then you find out that that really wasn't the case. Okay, it might be some political agenda or something behind that, or just the news trying to get their ratings up, and because that's what sells. Negativity sells when it comes to the media. So that's something to consider. So if you want to know who I am, I'm Expat D. I'm a traveler. I'm someone that has left America. I've consistently been living outside of America for the past 7 years. I've been in and out of America since 2002 actually. So yeah, so if you're looking for just some content to inspire you to go abroad, that's what I used to do. I used to watch, when I had my stints when I was back in the States, I used to watch different YouTubers just to get motivated. You might catch something that they've experienced or went through that might give you another perspective, or just motivate you to say, no, I can do this. I can go abroad. I like to focus on just showing different methods and what different people did to make it abroad. My story was, I just left. Okay, this is when I was a lot younger. It wasn't perfect. It's not something I would do now in my 40s. But I just by me being in the environment and checking it out for a short amount of time, basically just go as long as I can go. Before I ran out of money, I kind of looked around and saw what worked, what's something I could do. So that's what I focus on now. Just being able to be abroad and live life sustainably and comfortably. When I first started, I wasn't making a lot of money when I go abroad. I wasn't staying in some of the best, depending on the country. I wasn't staying in some of the best places, but I learned how to do it in a better way. So now I'm doing it a lot better. It's very smooth. You're able to do it with the family. So yeah. But in terms of traveling, don't be turned off, or don't take the news. If I were to give some advice, don't take the news at face value. Okay, come check it out yourself, because you might find out that it's a cool place, and sometimes just one trip could change your life. That trip for me was Ghana. I went to Ghana in the early 2000s, and I was just hooked. Life was like a block party, and just from a social standpoint, when I came back, it was just no comparison. That became my new American dream, to leave the country and just be in an environment like that. Because some people just think about it like it's only about money, and it's not. And I think a lot of people that are foreign, when they come to America, they notice yeah, I'm making money, yeah, I'm hustling. It's so stressful, but they really miss kind of that social life when it comes to Africa. And I think when you meet a lot of people, they really wish that they just could have had a better situation and gone back to their country, or they make some money enough to return and they open up a business or do something to put them in a better situation. So that's something to consider. If you really care about your social life, and you feel like you're living in the States and you're isolated, excuse me, you don't have a lot of friends, you just feel like you just work, 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 and then once you work, 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 you get taxed, taxed, taxed. If you feel like that's what's going on, you may want to consider finding a way to go abroad. The sooner the better, because once you find yourself in that environment and you study it, you could find different ways, okay? People's paths are different of how they're able to go abroad and stay, but by being in the environment, you start to figure it out. By seeing other people in that environment, by looking at other YouTubers that's done it, you can start to figure it out. All right, so that's just my 2 cents. I'm Expat D. Yeah, feel free to check out my channel. I'll be having some nice interviews with some popular YouTubers coming up, just talking about their experiences living abroad. And yeah, and I'll be posting different things just about, my travel adventures, my travel stories, and just transitioning abroad. All right, so I'm Expat D. Peace and I'm out.